स्पेशली जो है समर टाइम में टिल नवंबर हमारे पास बहुत सी चैरिटीज हमारे शो पे आती हैं फॉर द फंड रेजर, फॉर जस्ट इन्फो सेशन समटाइम्स। लेकिन जब इनके फंड रेजर होते हैं सो वी लव टू हैव देम जो है ऑन आवर शो, और आज भी ऐसा ही है केस। आपने देखा होगा पिछले दिनों भी काफी जो है स्पेशली लाइक आई सेड रमजान के महीने से काफी जो है चैरिटीज होती है शुरू आना, और दे डू ट्रस्ट ऑन कैलगरियंस कि अपने कैलगरियन कितने आगे बढ़ के जो है चाहे वो कोई भी कम्युनिटी से हो तो वो सबकी हेल्प करते हैं। सो वी आर जो है होपिंग फॉर जो आज का दिन है, आज की जो मेरे गेस्ट है वो भी यही होप करे कि आज जो इस बार भी कैलगरियन वो अपने दिल खोलकर जो है डोनेशन देखे और उनके इवेंट को जो है बहुत ज्यादा जो है कामयाब बनाएंगे। तो वी हैव अनिल जैन फ्रॉम द जो है चाइल्ड फाउंडेशन CA, इनकी तरफ से मौजूद हैं। लेकिन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अनिल भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग इन, वेलकम टू द शो।
थैंक यू जी, आपके दर्शकों को फेसबुक पे और आपके लिसनर्स को मेरा नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार जी। तो अनिल जी ऑफ कोर्स ये पहली बार हमने सुना आपकी जो है अपना फाउंडेशन है चाइल्ड फाउंडेशन, लेकिन सबसे पहले वी वांट रन बाय यू के अपना हु इज अनिल जैन, सो एटलीस्ट आवर सो ये आपकी पहली बार है हमारे शो पे, क्या आपका कौन है और क्या करता है?
Yeah, I am a IIT graduate and I did PhD from University of Waterloo. Then I joined in chemical engineering, and then I joined 𝗃𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏. I worked for 28 years. And after that, I decided to open a charitable hospital in the village in which I was born in India. So this hospital is dedicated to for services to women and children. Because in the village, even though this village is hardly 55 kilometers from Delhi, but the infrastructure, at least back then, was so poor, it used to take 3 hours for anyone who is sick to come to Delhi. And there was no other medical facility. I mean, I tell people that the best medical service was provided by a barber. And if you want haircut, you sit on one chair. If you want medical service, you sit on the other chair. Before the hospital opened. And so you can imagine before, I mean, the amount of the mortality among children, women was exceptionally high before the hospital. So that was the inspiration of my mom. We used to live in the village, and my mom always dreamed of having some kind of medical facility to alleviate the pain and suffering of parents and sick people.
So how long you have had this charity for?
So the hospital opened in October 2011. So this is actually 12th year anniversary. We always wanted to celebrate 10th year anniversary, but because of COVID, we just couldn't.
Yeah, that's why we didn't hear. We didn't hear about you.
Exactly. So this is actually a year of celebration for us. This year we have a number of milestones. Like we, as said, 10th year celebration. This is also the year when we have 250,000 patient visits to the hospital.
That big hospital?
250,000. Yes, indeed. This is not your foothill. This is a small hospital, but we still see about 20,000 patients every year. Every year.
Well, every year. Sorry.
So now you can imagine, 13 years, 12 years in running, and you can see how many patients we have seen. So this has become a pillar in the community. I mean, remember, there used to be no service anywhere around. And the hospital has been providing services for 12 years now.
So what is the name of your hospital?
It's the 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗏𝗀 Charitable Hospital.
So is there any reason for keeping that name?
That's my mom's name.
Oh, nice. How sweet. Just like Imran Khan has got Shaka Khanum Hospital. So,
so
nice.
Back in the days when you were there, what was the situation there? Because now you're saying like it's only 55 kilometers from Delhi, and Delhi, of course, like capital of India. So, like, still there's a problem, like, for the back and forth, like, for the roads and everything?
Infrastructure is improving quite dramatically. But as far as the village is concerned, there's still no other medical facility than the hospital.
No other, eh?
And since it's a rural place, so people don't have cars and vehicles. Some people do have motorcycle and those sort of things. So this hospital is the backbone as far as healthcare is concerned in the community.
So all the patients you see, so where most of the patients come from the your place? What is it called, your village?
It's called Sururpur.
Sururpur.
In district
So,
Sururpur.
so do they come only from that district, or they come from all around?
So there are 7 villages within, I would say, 7 to 10 kilometers
around
radius.
Yeah.
And so we get lot of people coming from all the surrounding community.
Okay.
The hospital has a very good reputation. So in fact, some of the people, not as many, but I would say 5-10% people even travel from far away, like 20-30 kilometers away. Yeah.
So what's the population of this Sururpur?
The whole community which serves is about 50,000 people.
50,000 people.
Yes, I mean, you know, in India,
so it's not a small village.
50,000.
when you call a village, it's not a small village.
Yeah.
So it's like Edry, or like bigger than Edry.
That's absolutely right.
Wow.
It's a huge place. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So what about the doctors and everyone
Yeah.
is there? Are they volunteer or are they?
No, it's very hard to attract doctors
Of course.
and medical staff to volunteer their
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and so we do pay them. In fact, we run the hospital with less than 2% admin cost. So all the people, all the roles which are kind of admin related, they're all volunteers.
Nice.
All of our board members are volunteer. All people like accounting and all that, that's all
It's
volunteer.
volunteers.
So our main costs are the salaries of the staff, medicine, because medicine provided free of charge,
Yeah, yeah.
and hospitals running. Like, you know, we have a digital X-ray machine, we have physiotherapy, we have
Nice.
a full lab, which includes you know, blood analysis, urine analysis, those sort of things. So it's really the upkeep and running the hospital. That's where most of our all of our funds go.
Yeah. So anyone from your family is there to look to see how everything is going?
Yes,
there?
you know, we are 8 brothers and sisters, and I'm the only person
Who is out here?
of the country. So,
Oh, okay.
so I have initially my brothers used to look after hospital operation, and now 2 of my nephews are involved
Wow,
in,
nice, yeah.
in daily
Yeah,
running.
yeah.
They, you know, they do commute back and forth, and
Yeah.
they look after it.
Yeah, yeah.
So this hospital, like, I think this is kind of I think this is the only, like people can go and have their check and everything for the daily medical clinic kind of thing.
Yeah, anything they need, like a lot of initially we saw a lot of children who have diarrhea and mosquito and waterborne diseases and those kind of things. So hospital will provide. It's not run on a 24/7 basis.
Okay.
It is run on a outpatient basis.
Okay.
So in those cases, for example, we'll provide whatever kit is needed. You know, IV and IV fluid and those sort of things, and then they will come next day in the morning again.
Okay.
And if something is very serious, then we'll refer them to city hospital.
City hospital.
So, but you don't have beds for them to be admitted there in that?
We do have 20 beds.
Or 20 beds?
Yeah,
for the
and
critical people.
for critical care
Yeah.
and you know, like IV and so on, and during so-called like mosquito season.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fully utilized because most people need some sort of IV or some other rest and care in the hospital.
So in case somebody has an emergency and they really have to be taken care of, so you have staff equipped with that, so in case they can't go far?
Yeah, I mean, we have had many cases, like, for example, about, I think a couple of years back now, a woman had a miscarriage and some sort of biomaterial was left inside the body, which got septic shock. And so she didn't really have much time, and so she was brought in, and the doctors did the necessary surgery.
Good. So they are well equipped.
Yeah. I mean, they are, and then she, you know, the doctors stayed as long as it was necessary for her to get better.
Nice.
So in that way, they do look after that.
Good. That's a good sign. Yeah. That's good.
So, like you know, it's been 12 years now.
12 years service.
So when you started and now, what do you see the difference?
The difference is huge. In fact, like, you know, over the time when we started the hospital, it was kind of basic services, right? And since that time, we have added a lot of things. We found electricity was unreliable, so we installed solar plant.
Mm-hmm.
We found that people were having, when we asked them to do, let's say, blood work, they didn't know what to do, where to go. So we started a lab.
So you have a lab.
Then same thing about X-ray. People, when the doctors say you need an X-ray, they didn't know where to go. So we opened a digital X-ray machine. In fact.
Nice.
Wow.
So over time we continue to improve services, and its impact has been huge.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it is reflected in, for example, the number of children who died before the age of 5. Used to be the 1 in 9 children passed away before reaching the age of 5, and that had been a dramatic reduction in there. Likewise, women who, the pregnant women, the fatality rate was like 40 times of what it is in Canada.
Yeah.
And now those things have been addressed as well. Because during pregnancy, there's a lot of care, follow-up, distribution of vitamin and folic acid and iron tablets and all those sort of things, which are low-cost preventive measures. Those are being done in the hospital. So
do you have this fundraising chapter only in Calgary, or do you have anywhere else also?
No, we only do fundraising once a year, and that's done only in Calgary.
Only in Calgary.
Only in Calgary.
Okay.
We operate the hospital very tightly in terms of cost and budget. Our cost is, you won't believe it, but it's $70,000 per year. That's all.
That's all.
That's all we spend.
That's great.
And because all the hospital staff, they recognize that this is a charitable hospital, so they don't really get paid full salary, market rate, and so they contribute. In other words, they contribute their time to the cause.
That's a great cause. So this event you are having. So tell us something about this event, because I don't know much details, and of course it's new for us too.
So this event we have 2 primary goals. One is to celebrate 10 to 12 years of service, and second, obviously, to raise money. This is going to be dinner, Indian dinner. The event is being held at the Empire Banquet Hall. It's a full Indian buffet, and also it's going to be followed by live dance program.
Okay.
And after that, people can join us in dancing and all that. And you may ask, well, how money is raised?
Yes.
We have a kind of menu style, different programs people can choose to contribute to. So for example, if someone wished to contribute to 1 month of nurse salary, as an example, so they can contribute $200 toward that. Or somebody we distribute free sanitary napkins to, teenage girls and women. And if they like to contribute to that, so they can do so.
Nice.
So we are not, this event is, we're not selling tickets per se. Okay. It is a celebration.
Oh, wow.
And the money will be raised by people contributing to different causes, which is dear to their heart.
So there is no ticket for the event. People can come and they can just donate whatever they want.
Correct. So because we do have limited seats, if somebody would like to join, they do need to RSVP to register. And if people are unable to come, they can go to the website CHILD and donate to the website.
Great. So that's
the website has, so maybe right here, like me, I'm on the website right now. You can just go to childfoundation.ca and you can donate. वहाँ पे अपना donate का click भी दिया हुआ है. You can just click on it and you can donate as much you want. There is no small amount or there is no large or anything in the thousands, but you can donate anything you want. I think this is a great अपना gesture जो इनकी ये जो organization ने शुरू किया. So while we are in Canada, we take everything for granted here. Now we see what's going on in the other side of the world, Israel, Ukraine, and I think what we can do from our side, I think this is a kind of bonus to our brother sister. I think we should help them if we can.
Yeah, it's my personal belief that people who are well-to-do and God has given them, we need to be grateful, and we need to share our wealth, our talent, to help people who don't have that. And with that belief, that's that's really core and fundamental to myself and my family.
Yeah.
So have you done any previous events like this before?
We used to do event every year before COVID, and obviously everything got interrupted.
Yeah, so you were doing before.
Yes,
and those are also free.
No, we used to sell tickets every year,
and
but this time, because it's a celebration,
I see.
we decided that we're going to do it a little differently.
That's so good. That's so good.
So rather than selling tickets, we said we're going to have people, supporters, kind of donate what they wish, and they can quote unquote buy the packages, certain packages which are dear.
Which can help the
exactly.
the patients and doctors there.
Yeah, so you are listening to Salaam Namaste Calgary on Radio Sursangam 94.7 FM. जिसको स्पॉन्सर किया है Realtor Asim Naveed. इनका कहना है if you're buying or selling, call Realtor Asim Naveed. इनका फोन नंबर है 403-404-2746. तो लेते हैं एक छोटा सी ब्रेक and we'll be right back.
कनाडा विच रहंदिया इंश्योरेंस की बहुत अहमियत है.
Anything else you want to add in it? I think, but who's dancing? There was a dance group. Any dance group is popular? Yeah. Maybe we can mention that.
Yeah, say and Young Bhagra Academy.
Okay, so mention that. It will attract you.
That will be nice.
Yeah, and there's another one. I think Bollywood group is coming as well. So there are 3 groups.
Bollywood signature.
Bollywood signature. So 3 groups are coming, and so there will be 5 different items. I think another thing I should mention is that all donations are
Make sure mention that.
Yeah.
And for next year, maybe you can call us before.
Yeah.
I think today nicely because Aziza invited us, me and my husband. I said, Aziza, I wish you could have told me earlier. And then I said, no, I think we should promote you people. And that's why I called her. So we had a couple of guests lined up, but they couldn't make it. So I think there was maybe it's for you.
Yeah, it's good.
And in fact, another thing I should let you guys know that there's a study being done by medical doctor in conjunction with the doctor from Harvard University and this is going to be more kind of formal study on the impact of the hospital and how this kind of model, small budget model, how this can uplift the community as a whole.
We can ask that question also. Good, so like if anything you can add to it would be great because for people who don't know that.
I'll just so that I don't forget, I'll write down
Did you type
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਡਿਟੇਲਸ ਹਰ ਹਫਤੇ ਵੀਕਲੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਛਪਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ. ਪਤਾ ਹੈ 3451 Sunridge Way, North East Calgary. Phone number 403-726-1200.
Just go, शेयर कर दो या तो मेरे फेसबुक पे जाओ, तो वहाँ पे शेयर का होएगा.
रोड ते नवा ट्रक चाड़न लई हब्बा नोट कर दिया. होर ता होर ट्रਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੋਰਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਧੂਆਂ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਦੁਹਾਈਆਂ ਫਿਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ.
सुनो ट्रकिंग कंपनियों के मालक ते ओनर ऑपरेटर जरा ध्यान नाल सुनो. ट्रकों की इंश्योरेंस का हल हुण आ गया. ट्रकों वास्ते इंश्योरेंस के रेट लैण लई मनारक इंश्योरेंस से मानस बहुजा नाल संपर्क करो. फोन नंबर 587-832-1208. मनारक इंश्योरेंस से मानस बहुजा दी टीम प्रोफेशनल ट्रक इंश्योरेंस रेट्स इन अल्बर्टा 587-832-1208.
So what do you speak
मनारक
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਦੀ ਜਾਣੀ ਪਛਾਣੀ
My wife is
ਐਸਟੇਟ
from
ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲਿਮਿਟਡ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰ ਸੁਨੀਲ ਮਾਲੇ ਟੀਮ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਮਾਲੇ ਰਾਜੀਵ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਅਰਬਨ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਕੋਡ 300 ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ. ਅਰਬਨ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਅਤੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਟੀਮ ਰੀਅਲ ਐਸਟੇਟ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਬਣਾਵੇਗੀ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬਿਹਤਰ. ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੀਅਲ ਐਸਟੇਟ ਏਜੰਟ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅਰਬਨ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਕੇ ਮਾਣ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 403-590-403-590
I really enjoy working.
ਜਾਂ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ urban-reality.ca। ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਦੀ ਰੀਅਲ ਐਸਟੇਟ
I retired, then I built a hospital, then I went to work, then I started a new company.
ਥੋੜੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਦਮ ਰੱਖਦਿਆਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਮਪਾਇਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਦੀ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ। ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ, ਨਵਾਂ ਲਗਾਉਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਪਲਾਨ, ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ, ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ, ਟਾਇਲ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ 2935 19th Street, North East Calgary, Calgary Empire. Phone number 403-510-1515, 2935 19th Street, North East Calgary.
जी हाँ, वेलकम बैक टू सलाम नमस्ते कैलगरी ऑन रेडियो सुरसंगम 94.7 FM। हमारे साथ है अनिल जैन, जिनकी फाउंडेशन है childfoundation.ca, इनकी वेबसाइट है, और इनका फंडरेजर आ रहा है ऑन October 20th दिस फ्राइडे एट एम्पायर बैंक्वेट हॉल। और जो भी फंड रेज होंगे इज गोना गो टू द हॉस्पिटल जो कि इंडिया में है नियर दिल्ली। तो अनिल जैन, thanks for all the info you did. I think this is the first time, I think it's you had kind of info session for us as well.
Yeah.
So moving forward, so what's the plan now? Like, are you making any new kind of chapter, new division in the hospital? Like, what's the plan right now?
As I mentioned earlier, we have continued to build a new facility and provide new services. So this year, we started a new project, and that is to open dental clinic.
Dental
nice.
clinic? Wow.
So what we found was, pre-COVID, we had a team of 12 dentists and hygienists from Edmonton, and then from somewhere BC, Edmonton. They went to the hospital to provide dental services.
Wow.
So we had arranged those, obviously we had arranged those services. There were also some people providing eye care, eye exam, those kind of things. And they found, after being there for a week or so, it was a strong recommendation that we need to do something because people in the community are really suffering from dental care. Obviously, as you know, a lot of diseases start from mouth. And infection in the mouth. And most people have not seen a dentist in their whole life. So it was a dream for us to open a dental clinic, but of course during COVID everything got slowed down. And so this year, we raised funds through a lot of money also donated by the Rotary clubs, and I'm a Rotarian myself, and the Rotary has been a huge supporter. So Rotary and friends, and we collected sufficient money to build a dental clinic. So that's going to be opening up hopefully next year. We're in the process of building it. And so we kind of just one step at a time.
Yes, I think that's better to
we
do
continue
that.
to improve services, and that's what our plan is. Shorter plan.
This is good.
So when you opened first, sorry to jump in.
No, it's okay.
So now, because you made so many changes now, like there's X-ray machine now, like all kinds of things are now the dental is coming. वहाँ की public क्या बोलती है आपको? Like, what are their feelings and
we are really grateful that the public is benefited. They see how the hospital has become a pillar in the community. And the impact on the community goes beyond health. And let me share one last. A couple of years ago, I was back in India, and I was talking to some of the people, and they said that before the hospital opened, our population was starting to go down. And in my mind, I thought, maybe it's going down because of a lot of children dying and that sort of thing. They said, no. They said people like our adult boys were not getting married because the girls and girls' parents were not sending the girls to the village because the mortality was so high. And so the impact, I said, now we have no problem. Our boys are getting married. As you know, in India, traditionally, the ones boys get married, the woman comes to live with the boy in the village.
That's right.
So this is there are a lot of social economic impact which we're only starting to realize now, and they go beyond the health care and health side of things. So we are really grateful that we are in a position to help.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, it impacts the whole community. Once you have this kind of a hospital in the village,
Yeah.
everything changes. It boosts up everybody. It brings a lot of changes. It brings a lot of jobs.
It does.
Isn't it nice?
And you know, a few years back, as you know, India suffered the COVID-19 crisis, and there were a lot of restrictions, travel this, travel that, and at that time, I remember our hospital is not a COVID hospital. COVID in the sense of all the facility needed to. And so we thought really seriously what we need to do. So first and foremost, we have to be concerned about our staff's health. And secondly, community health. And in fact, my wife, Natalia, I'm sure she's listening, she insisted that that this hospital is a lifeline for community, and we must keep the hospital open. And we have to provide COVID services.
Right.
And we did. And a lot of things which are absolutely critical, like for example, oxygen. I'm sure you remember that.
Yes.
Oxygen was very critical.
Yes.
And so we bought oxygen concentrator to distribute to COVID patients. On all the other things needed, you know, oxygen meters and you know, to monitor the pulse and all that. We purchased a lot of those things, and we supply to the community. That's what our service to the community during that crisis.
Wow, that's a great thing.
So you know, like you know, it's not small village, like 50,000 people. So what do they do normally? Like, what's their business, work? What do they do? Farmers? What are they?
It's mostly farming. It's a farming community, and obviously there are a lot of people who do labor work, and they help farmers. They don't own the land, but they are they provide help in that way. There are people who are businessmen, you know, but they don't get people from outside the village, from far away. But they sell vegetables and, you know, things like that. Yeah, they provide general services.
And what about the education system?
Education system is not bad. I think the basic education, we do have 2 schools. They go to grade 12. And both, obviously, girls and boys, they're all educated in the school.
And then they go for the college and university to the cities.
I think our issue in the village, as far as education is concerned, is the advancement. Like, for example, computer literacy program. Right. And I forgot to mention that we are a computer lab right in the hospital.
Oh, nice.
This was our project for this year.
Okay.
And we said, you know, kids coming from school, they don't know how to use computers. Obviously, they know how to use iPhones and smartphones. So it'll be a very smooth transition for them to start to use computers. And so this year we are opening a computer lab right in the hospital.
Oh, great! That's
wow.
Such a, you know, it's a huge commitment you people have taken on you. But now, as you say, you have support system, and that is the most important thing. Without the support system, you cannot do anything sitting from here.
No.
That's the great thing you have, you know, with you, and to back you up and to make sure everything is running smoothly, and the projects you are starting, that it goes to the fruition. It's not stops in the middle. And these are very important things to think about.
And you have to, you have to monitor things. It's not monitoring once a year, it's monitoring every week. Set goals. When I was in India recently, I did inspection, and my inspections are very, very thorough. If I see a screw missing from an electrical outlet, I'm going to write it down in my report. And I'm going to say, hey, if I see a wire hanging out, why this wire is hanging out, why it's not, properly covered. If I see a bulb fused, why the bulb is fused, what's the maintenance program. And I think this sends a message that we have to absolutely keep things at tip-top shape.
Yeah.
I don't care what this local, sometimes in India people become a bit careless.
Yeah.
Yes.
That, if bulb is fused, no big deal.
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it must be done. It must be dealt with now.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by looking after with pride and monitor it on a consistent basis.
If you are taking interest, they come to know right away
Absolutely.
that there is somebody who is careful about all these things.
Yeah.
So we living there and running the whole thing, we should be. It always is a very important thing because their mindset works that way.
It changes the mindset.
It does.
Yeah, and my nephew, he visits the hospital once a week, and he has a 4-page report which he sends to me every week.
Wow, nice.
And he does the inspection. He will check everything, and if something is out of place, then he will plan to fix it up, to have it fixed.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to see.
Great.
Yeah.
So is the hospital kind of educating people there, awareness about malaria, basic,
Very, 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 very good question. We found that education is the key for preventing health.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so we started education program.
Oh.
So initially we started education on basic things like hygiene, like washing hands, like the importance of nutrition during pregnancy, and those kind of things. And then slowly we evolved that to address social issues like domestic violence, like early perils of early marriage of girls, those kind of things. So we do have about a dozen different modules which are geared to the local issues and local population. And the classes are held once a week. And usually about 20 ladies would attend the classes.
Such a noble thing to do, and that was a really good question, because if you are not going to teach them how to prevent, then these things will keep on happening.
And like another preventive program we did, we found that a lot of illnesses were caused by use of contaminated water. So we undertook a program to supply clean drinking water. So we used the technology by a Calgary company called Cost, and we built about 1,000 biosand filters, and we distributed those filters to the community. So this way now they have clean drinking water, and its impact was immediate. We started to see decline in children coming to hospital with waterborne diseases.
Yes.
Like diarrhea, for example, right?
All right.
And
All
again,
those things.
prevention is better than treatment.
Yes.
Always.
So like nowadays, I think for the last 5-10 years, there is a lot of you can just research on on early childhood. And of course, I think what you're saying, you are educating people that will help them, to kids to get better, or preventing all those diseases. Is it helping them in a small village like this?
Yeah, it is really. It's really helping them. Like we found that, for example, early on, there's a part of population which is not educated, and they, in other words, they can't read. So we created booklets which are more illustrative. It's kind of figures and which convey the message, like how to wash hands, something very, very basic. Washing hands. What food is not good and what food is good. And you can show them in pictures, so people who cannot read or write, they will still
and they remember more when it is visual.
It's
It's very, very effective.
And so those issues which used to cause either low birth rate because the woman didn't have proper nutrition, or didn't have proper vitamins and those sort of things. We don't see those issues anymore. When we opened the hospital, just about 100% of women were anemic. They have iron deficiency. Now we seldom see that. Imagine women with anemic issues, anemia,
the problem with
and in pregnancy, the kind of issues she will face, and the child will face, the infant will face. those are now, we don't see them.
Oh, how nice.
Yes.
Oh, what an impact you people have made in this community. Great. This is a very noble cause, and yeah, kudos to you and your family that you are doing it and still thinking of how to make it more better and better every year by introducing
Thank you.
so
Well,
many.
we seriously, we are really grateful
Yeah,
that we have the opportunity to do it with the support of Calgarians,
yeah,
Rotary Club, our friend circle.
yeah.
We are really delighted and grateful that their support has been just continuous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great, great.
So how's your family support? Because I know you've been busy here. So who's helping you, or who's behind you for all these things?
Well, I think they are. We talked earlier about running the hospital, and it's very, very critical that we have supervision on site.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the local supervision, that's where my family back in India is deeply involved. They keep they stay in constant touch with the staff. They visit the hospital regularly. They're part of. They also do some fundraising, and that kind of they maintain the hospital with that.
That's nice.
And we provide here from the money we raise here. We provide all the medicine, the salvage doctors, and those kind of things. All the capital expenses are done by us. So, for example, the opening up dental clinic will cost us about $50,000-$60,000. So all the funding will be provided from Canada.
From Canada.
Yeah. So
So
that's
have you thought of having more chapters in all over Canada, or it will be a lot of work?
you know, we want to go only as far as what we can manage and execute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfectly. I don't believe in extending so far out that you're not able to execute, and your effort is diluted, and that's not who I am.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather make a big difference in a small community than spread out and make a very little difference in a lot of communities. That's not. So far we have, opportunities there. I hope that, I should mention that Dr. 𝗃𝗏𝗀𝗧𝗏, who has been associated with the foundation, is currently undertaking a study with the Harvard University professor.
Okay.
And the purpose for this study is to understand the impact of the hospital on the community as a whole. And I'm hoping that this study will be published one day, soon. And other organizations will be inspired to pick up the model and see how a low level of funding, what kind of impact it can make on the large, significant community.
Yeah.
Right.
And we really hope that this model can be replicated by other organizations and they can pick it up.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's so nice.
So you're listening to Salaam Namaste Calgary on Radio Sursangam 94.7 FM with me and Salmaji, or Amar Sadeh, Anil Jain from the CHILD Foundation Charitable Hospital. We'll take a small commercial break and we'll be right back.
थोड़े कर दी निशानी होती है शानदार फ्लोरिंग जितने कदम
You know, I want you to come back in 6 months.
फ्लोरिंग कंपनी
Yeah,
पता चल जाता है
Every 6 months, I think, just give an update. It's like, the way it works here, अगर आप जितना ज़्यादा दिखेंगे, people will, more people will donate. So let's have you back again. It'll be very nice. Bring maybe one of the nurse or doctor with you. Just the one who's been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it will impact.
फोन नंबर 400
No more. We'll finish it.
We'll finish it.
Oh, no, I thought maybe you
No,
said
no.
So we get 10 minutes. So
We'll finish in a few
we'll
minutes.
talk about the event again.
We will talk
Time,
about
date,
And
kya
the
hoga,
dancers.
dancers,
And
who's
then
coming.
we'll finish that.
You can thank a few more your volunteers, anybody you want to thank, and date, time, and where they can register. Right?
गूगल रिव्यूज से 5 स्टार और साबित करती है कि गाका की संतुष्टि इन्हां दी नंबर 1 पहल है। लैंड रोवर रॉयल ओक वैलेंटाइन गिफ्ट की मिल्कियत है। बिल्डिंग कम्युनिटी सिंस 1946। विजिट landroverroyaloak.com। 7055 110 नॉर्थ वेस्ट कैलगरी। फोन नंबर 1-833-833-1812।
So far, we have about 140 people registered.
I wish if I had not taken this thing I was telling Aziza about it for Friday, I definitely would have come, no doubt. If I finish early from there, I'll definitely will. Yeah.
I think next year we'll have been more engaged.
Yeah. I want you to have, about 300 people there at least, so that, there's lots of different people there. They come to, do you show video or anything of that house? You do show?
Any presentation.
We recently conducted an interview with the staff, so we also have clips of the
Clips, yeah,
interview.
it's such an impactful thing to do. Good. Yeah, so if you can't make it this year, definitely next year. And do you do it any time, or do you have a particular month or to do it?
This is the sort of fall is the best.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So kind of September, October. We have tried in April, May, and the Empire Banquet Hall. I think this is the best time.
Yeah, that's all.
ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਭਰੋਸੇਯੋਗ ਸਲਾਮਾਂ ਲਈ ਜਾਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅਕਾਲ ਫੌਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦੇ ਰੇਸ਼ਮ ਸਿੱਧੂ 4036074208 ਅਕਾਲ ਫੌਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ।
Aziza.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਗਰੋਸਰੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਕੋ ਅਤੇ ਚਲੋ ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਕੋ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਉਤਪਾਦ
Aziza is the chair of the board.
ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਤਾਜ਼ੇ ਅਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਭੁਗਤਾਨ
she had been chair of the board for
1 ਨਵੰਬਰ ਤੱਕ
Is
ਹਰ
that
ਸਕੈਨ
right?
ਸਾਡੇ
For
ਸਾਈਜ਼
the
ਮੁਕਾਬਲੇ
last 12 years.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ
I think we met through her other charities in the
ਸਿਰਫ 1000 ਸੀ ਪਲੱਸ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ
And
ਆਪਣੇ
so
ਪਿੰਡ
we,
ਵਿੱਚ 10 ਡਾਲਰ ਦੀ
we
ਛੋਟ
felt because
ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ
it's a woman's children's
ਜਾਂ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸਾਈਨ ਅਪ ਕਰੋ।
Welcome back to Salaam Namaste Calgary on Radio Sursangam 94.7 FM. बस अभी हमारे पास तकरीबन 8 मिनट रह गए। हमारे साथ अनिल जैन from the Child Foundation Charitable Hospital. इनका इवेंट होने जा रहा है this Friday at the Empire Banquet Hall, which is free, but you have to register. और वही हम बात करेंगे इनसे। Okay, so where we can register? Where anyone can register?
I think the best. This is the event itself is complimentary, but obviously the expectation that people attending will purchase a service
exactly.
package. Please advise me on that. They can send text to my phone number, which is 403-870-7320. And this way I know exactly how many tables we need and how many people are attending. And that's the best way to register.
And so how people can donate, like if you want to repeat again what you were saying,
so we have on each table there will be a sort of menu style option.
Okay.
So this includes simple thing like 1 week nurse service, and which costs about $100. So
$100 for one nurse for a week?
Yes. And
that's it.
That's it. So as you know, the multiplier of Indian rupees
is like Indian rupees.
Is the fact. And so if somebody feels like doing that, they can contribute $100. Somebody may wish to donate 2 months of medicine, and I don't remember right now the cost, but this menu will have a precise amount that if you wish to donate that. Some people are more, they really want to help adult girls, teenage girls, and they may wish to donate a supply of sanitary napkins. And so based on what cause is dear to you and how you feel like, you can choose a different menu item, and then you can donate right at the site.
And it's all tax deductible?
It is tax deductible. Child Foundation is a CRA registered charity, and whatever donation is made will be.
So the person who's buying this, let's say if I pay for nurse, so that's donation basically.
That is correct.
And you'll get a tax receipt for that.
Absolutely correct.
And what is the entertainment part? I know you were saying like Bangana, Chakda Fateh.
There's no Indian celebration without live entertainment. And so this year we have 3 local groups coming in. And obviously a lot of people like Bhangra, so we have Young Bhangra Academy, and there will be a couple songs from them. We also have 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗘 coming,
Yeah.
more for, classical.
Yes,
songs.
they've been to our show. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Classical
That
and
being,
dance.
yeah.
And of course, Bollywood has always to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
So
yes. Bollywood signature.
Bollywood signature is coming. So the program is a live entertainment for about half an hour, and our past experiences, people really enjoyed it.
Yes.
People really get into it,
Yeah.
and after that, we invite people to join us on the dance floor and show their moves and,
It's
and what
fun.
they can do.
Yeah,
So that's the cultural program. And one thing I want to say is that we are really thankful that we have a lot of volunteers. We, for any admin kind of role, we have been fortunate that people have come forward to volunteer, including the the dance groups and all the people who are organizing. And I really want to thank for their support and for their volunteer services. This way, all the money raised goes directly to provide service to the hospital.
Well, I think Calgarians are always the best.
They are
And
really
I'm sure
good
they will
in
step forward
integrating.
and
Yeah.
attend the event and donate as much they
Yeah.
can.
And next year, let me know in advance. I'm a professional artist,
Yes.
and I donate my painting, and they raise money from that. So next year, if you let me know earlier, I'll try to make a painting, and then we can auction it, and you can raise money.
Absolutely,
from that.
we'll certainly do that.
Yeah,
And
do that.
Please, if you invite me, we will also definitely come
Yeah, sure.
and share with you all the progress we have made, particularly opening dental clinic.
Yeah,
And
that
also,
is so great.
Currently, as I mentioned, we are opening a computer lab fairly soon.
Mhm.
So we will have.
So who's teaching there? Do you have already staff there? Who's going to teach?
We do.
Yeah.
And so we have identified someone who will provide lab services. We are also looking computer lab services. We are also looking to leverage technology for classes, like for example, about Khan Academy. There's a lot of material for general education of children. We're going to leverage that. But we are looking into holding classes via Zoom, so the tuition kind of classes,
Yeah.
and the teacher may be anywhere, in fact. And so we are looking at some teachers in
Nice.
Delhi who may hold Zoom classes to provide lessons in, whether it's chemistry, math, or health related. May have a doctor join from either from the hospital or from Delhi, and provide particular subject related classes.
Good.
So this is all unfolding. We are looking at all the different options which we can be implemented cost effectively.
Yes,
That
yes.
would be great. So informative session it was. We learned a lot from you, Anil, and we wish you all the best and hope you raise more than $70,000 and wish you all the best. It was really good meeting you. Our time is about to finish, so we will hopefully see you soon and talk more about it, that what are your future things happening and what has happened, what you wanted to, and wish you all the best, and we go from there. Right?
So thank you for inviting me.
Anytime.
And thank you to your listeners and people watching on Facebook. I really appreciate the time you have given to me. And
No, I think you guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
We are just putting our 2 cents in.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's how.
You
We are
are doing everything.
taking your voice to the people. That
But
is our.
you are on Facebook and YouTube as well, so hopefully people will visit that as well and get
Yeah.
more information.
Yeah.
And all the best on Friday.
Yeah.
And
Thank
I think
you.
you guys
Thank
are
you.
just doing amazing. I think it's gonna be house full. And inshallah we'll do it again very soon.
Yeah.
Once you have the dental team moving on,
Yeah.
so we'll get you back.
We'll
Okay.
do that.
Thank you so
Just
much.
wait
So,
till
और-
we will
अच्छा-
take some pictures.
अच्छा हॉस्पिटल का नाम क्या था?
क्या?
Hospital
Maya
name?
Devi.
Maya Devi Charitable Hospital.
Maya Devi Charitable Hospital. It is available. It is just a 50 kilometers from New Delhi, guys. So you can जो है Google कर देख लें and you'll find it. And please donate इनकी website में. Please donate through website. और अच्छा आपका phone number एक बार फिर से.
403-870-7320.
Or then I'll post the pictures tomorrow with the phone number and everything just in case. So we'll talk to you tomorrow for the next edition of Rush Hour with Jalal at 5 p.m. right here on 94.7 FM. Thank you so much everyone for listening and watching.
Thank you, everyone. Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.